What's going on, everybody? My name is Tamar Turner, and I'm the host of the Down to Business podcast, where the mission is to really provide exposure to businesses, entrepreneurs, and artists all around the world in their respective crafts. And we do so through audio and visual interviews where we come on and we talk about all things from getting into the business to most memorable moments to even some advice that you may give for other business owners and entrepreneurs out there. So if this sounds like something that you would be interested in, we'd love to have you on for an interview. Please be sure to reach out via any social media platform and we'll definitely get back to you. But until then, enjoy this episode. What's going on, everybody? Just want to welcome you back to another episode of the Down to Business podcast here with Tamar Turner. And as always, man, we just chucking out the content at this point. Always excited to bring a new business owner on. Always excited to sit down with somebody, whether it be somebody who I know, whether it be somebody who I don't know. It's always just a blessing. But today I'm really sitting down with somebody who I pretty much consider family to me. We grew up together since I was like 9. And he's younger than me, so and it's really just been years. Obviously, like we grew up playing sports and stuff like that, so it's kind of he kind of been doing his own thing. I've been doing my own thing, but really never lost contact. Always kind of stayed up with each other on social media, and being that we both come from Philly, just always check in with each other. Just always make sure everybody is doing well with the families and everything. So I'm sitting down with my boy Kavan today. Like I said, my brother from the Oakland days. So Kavan, how you doing today, bro?
Hey, bro, what's good? I'm doing great today. I'm glad to appear on this podcast, man. You don't know how happy and excited I am right now.
Oh yeah, man! Just as excited you are, you could just multiply that by 10, bro. I'm right here locked in with you. So definitely excited to give the people a little taste of what you got, and then even a taste of what's coming. So for everybody out there, for those who may not know you, for those who may know you, and with me, for those who just tapping in, for those who been kind of following the podcast, can you just tell us a little bit about what brings you on today?
Okay. So I'm Kavan DeSuze, right? Born and raised in Philadelphia. I moved to North Carolina around age 9. I think it was like 2011, right? And I started a hustle. I tore my ACL playing football my senior year, high school, freshman year of college. So I decided I want to start a new hustle, a new way to reach a movement, a lifestyle, a brand, a new lifestyle, a new brand of life to the people. So I formed a brand called Don Galère, meaning upcoming bosses. And we just here trying to get the family together, trying to rise every life, every race. It is what it is.
I feel that for sure. Upcoming bosses, I love that name, especially just with where everything got going on, the time we live in now. I think that's perfect, timely, and it's really just amazing just to hear that. What can sometimes motivate us or start us to put us in business? Like you said, you kind of just you tore your ACL playing football and everything like that, but knew you still wanted to have a movement, knew you still wanted to get something going, whether it be just because you raised in Philly. And I just feel like it's a different culture there. It really just inspires you to do a lot. You see a lot, you go through a lot, those around you go through a lot. So I love that. So when you were kind of just getting started, when you were really getting this movement together and stuff like that, was it always kind of apparel that you wanted to sell? Granted, I know it's more than apparel. I know it's a big message behind this and everything like that. But was that really kind of one of the first things that you wanted to do, getting started with the brand?
Yeah, honestly, it was. Apparel was always on my mind as like a fashion line, fashion brand, mainly because, growing up in Philly, we had dress code, formal code, where we could only wear certain colors or certain types of pants or shirt to school. And when I moved down south, we had the opportunity to wear jeans, any type of clothes we wanted to dress up. And I wasn't accustomed to that. So I was still in my phase of same styles of uniform and dress codes. And I just knew as far as my movement, I could also change the way I dress, inspire others. Because I know I got flavor too, but I never could show it because I never had the opportunity to. So, all the ideas I ever had about clothing, I just brought it to life and put it along with my lifestyle that I'm trying to bring up.
Say that. Say that. Always have flavor. I told y'all it's a different swag. It's a different, it's just a different element coming from the north, but specifically
For
Philly. So
sure.
now I love to hear that, bro. And I definitely do love everything that you're doing. It's really just been a blessing. Like I was kind of telling the people in the beginning how we may not always talk every day. We may not see each other that often, but this social media is powerful. And it's really just been amazing just to see everything that you're doing, the support that you're getting, and everything from family, from friends, from people who we grew up with, different things like that. So it's always good
Yes,
that can
sir.
keep you locked in. And I see that it's not only motivating you and making you happy, but it's really putting you on your grind. You've been coming out with a lot of different things, bro. The content has been on it. So just in thinking about when you first dropped Don Gallier and just everything kind of around it, just the message, just yo, this is me. Like obviously on my own kind of doing this like thing, but I want to inspire, I want to motivate a lot of different people. So what can you vividly really remember about when you first dropped, whether it be about the support that you got, the response that you got, just work that needed to be done? What was that process like in getting everything going officially?
Oh man, I remember my first drop. when I first dropped, I dropped 10 Don Galère shirts, and everybody that caught was my family members. And it just surprised me kind of because I really didn't want my family members to purchase my first merch because I wanted to get a message out from the gate. But that just gave me the confidence I needed, just a little kickstart or whatever. And one of my homeboys actually, I was staying away from Facebook with it, and he kept persuading me like, "Yo, you need to up your market. Like, what are you afraid of? Like, what are you nervous for? You know, you're doing it for a reason. How your message gonna get across if you're not trying to get it across?" One day I sent him something East actually, and he posted it on the site, and basketball player from Duke named Kayla Boykin actually. She had hit me up. We were good friends, and she purchased it. And once she wore it, it was like a rap deal. Like she started explaining what the meaning was and the movement behind it and who I was and just the lifestyle. After that, I just took off. Like me and Don Galère just decided, everybody we come in contact with, we're trying to get them on a wave. It's like there's nothing, that we can't do together, nothing that you can't do by yourself. You know what I'm saying? We just got to come together and trust each other and motivate each other every day. It's a better lifestyle that everybody could be living, but we stuck in times, and I'm trying to get out these times. I feel like somebody got to do it. And, man, I'm trying to be that somebody.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Just from when you first kind of said about your homeboy, I love that about that. That really just speaks to my point about perspective. How he told you to kind of just up your market. What are you scared of? What's the worst that can happen? That was something that I put. It's crazy. It's something I tweeted really recently. I got to start shooting my business shot more. What I really meant by that is just like, I got to stop being afraid to, reach out to people, to hit people back, to just take a step out there, whether it be go on LinkedIn, go to these fairs and different things like that. Granted, a lot
Exactly,
is hard with
exactly.
everything going on, but you really just got to make that move. And I felt like I am somebody who will just get up and go, who will just make it happen. But I was really just kind of sitting back and watching and looking at how much was really in front of me when I took the time to hone in. I was like, nah, I really got to
You really
get
got to
right.
jump
So I love
in.
that. For
Yeah,
sure, for sure. And sometimes it takes, hearing it or seeing it from somebody else. Like you said, your boy was just like, yo, go to Facebook. And that was one of my things too. Like I was asking myself, well, should I start posting on LinkedIn? Should I do the Facebook? But I was just, you never know where your audience is, what crowds, who you'll get. I found out that my podcast is being listened to in over like 15, 20 different countries. So it's just like,
that's
that's amazing.
amazing.
Like
Yeah, that's
I don't really
amazing.
know. You feel me? Like I don't know where that came from, what I did to do that, but I want to keep going. The fact that people are tapping in from different, areas all around the world, not just the United States. That's just crazy. So you don't know who you're impacting. You don't know who's watching. You don't know what can really come from that. Somebody can be watching you or see your brand and want to kind of bring it over to them or want to kind of do a collaboration or something like that. So yeah, man, you really got to, take advantage of every single outlet. Like you said, it's something that can be done with the help of others, but it's also something that can be done, by yourself, because sometimes you really just got to take that leap of faith. You really just got to step outside your comfort zone. So would you say that kind of with starting Don Gallier, with getting the immediate support from your family and really just kind of, wanting to hone in, but still keep that message, what would you say has really kept you going? Has really motivated you, has really want you to drop more apparel, has really wanted you to, do more in the community, reach out to more people and really just keep it coming with the content too.
Man, honestly, I got little siblings, a lot of brothers, a lot of like nieces and nephews who look up to me. Meaning that I'm the oldest boy in the family. And in life right now, it's a lot of stuff going on. Whether it's crime, whether it's what's on the news, whether it's within our culture, and they see that every day. But when they see me, they don't see that. It's like I get them another world of life, like another dimension that they can go into and see that you can really grow to be anybody you want to be, even if you don't see this nowhere. What I'm saying, in your city, on TV, that's being shown to you on social media. Like, man, my motivation is my family. Honestly, like I know where I come from. I didn't have much to look up to, and I don't want my family that's younger than me to feel the same way and go down different paths trying to figure out something that's not right. So I'm trying to step up and be that role model that I always wanted. That's really what it is.
For sure. That's really that bigger than me mentality. That's really recognizing that after a while, like me doing the podcast, me, you selling your apparel, you being in the community and different things like that. It's more than you. It's bigger than you at this point. This is, like you said, siblings, family, set and being that role model, knowing what you kind of came up under, knowing what you had to deal with, knowing what you even saw. And not wanting your family, not wanting your younger siblings, your nieces and nephews and everything to even have to fathom things like that is crazy, especially just with the day and the age that we're growing up. And I know when me and you were kind of growing up, some of the things, that we've gone through today, from just losing people to just news and just everything that's going on, some of the stuff we would have never really imagined, just being innocent kids playing for Oakland, but that's really just how life can come at you for real, like, and really just cause you to tighten up, but really just also want better. for that around you. That's part of the reason really why I moved. I just wanted better not only for myself, but I know that me moving and getting out here and setting up position and different things like that can only put my family in better position. So that way I'm connected in different areas. So when it's time to go, or when we gotta up and move, or when I say, yo, I got somewhere for y'all, this is it. This is all the work, all the groundwork, all the foundation that might not have been seen at first. Sometimes it's just like, oh, he's going away or got to do different things or just doing things for him. But no, in all actuality, I'm always thinking ahead, always thinking about my family, always trying to put us all in the best position. Even my friends, like people who we grew up with, like you, like I want everybody at the top, bro.
Yes,
But I
sir.
also recognize that like you gotta want to be at the top too. I can't want it more than you, or I can't want it for you. Like I can bring you there, but I'm not gonna drag you up here. I'm not gonna force you to be up here because there's so much room up here,
It's so
make an
much room,
opportunity,
man.
make room for somebody else. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's just like it's really just crazy. So just to think about that, just to think about the passion for the brand and just everything that you do, what would you say has been one of the craziest things that you've done so far? Something that when you first got started with this brand, when you were first thinking about it and in the drafting stages of it, you would have never thought you would have actually done to this day.
Honestly, get my apparel in the store. I thought it was going to take me about 2 years, 3 years maybe, and it was going to be my own store. However, this summer, like as soon as summer hit, I got a phone call, friend that we were, upcoming business partners sometime, and I got that offer letter in the mail, text messages, phone call, and I'm just like, yo, like my mom been telling me, my dad been telling me, my friends been telling me, you're gonna be in the store soon. Like it's coming, your time is coming. That's way for you to move and expand, and still have your stuff. Still have my brand set in stone in North Carolina as well. And when the opportunity came, I couldn't believe it. It's like everything they were telling me is coming to life as long as I keep playing my part with it and doing my thing.
Man, what? First and foremost, congrats. That's major. But two, that really just goes to speak to manifestation, to thinking positive, and it's crazy just to even really hear myself saying that because at one point I was just like, look, like I know that if I just work and just do what I got to do, that look, good things are coming, greatness is going to happen. But when I really just started to think positive, to speak positive, to write down, even to make affirmations and different things like that. When I really started to get into that space, my life, my energy, my aura, I just felt a shift, bro. When people were, would pray for me or speak things in the life, and I'd be like, yeah, yeah, like it is what it is, and they'd be like, no, like this is really gonna happen. Like you said, you really gonna be in a store, and then look what happened. You put a 2 year timetable. Look how fast that happened, bro. So it's just like it's just crazy. You know how the world works, but how mindset, how mentality is so important with whether you're a business owner, entrepreneur, artist, whether you're none of the sort, whether you're just living everyday life. Your mentality is important. What you think, what you see, what you feel, it all just comes together. And when your mental isn't right, man, you can feel it. When my mind, when my thoughts are off, my mind is racing. When something's bothering me, I can just feel it. I'm just off, whether it just be appetite, not feeling good, start breaking out, whatever. I'm just not, not me 100%. So I definitely do think that space, maintaining it, keeping it sane is so important. But like I said, bro, big congrats. And I'm actually glad that you brought up, the whole idea of a store, because that's something that I kind of just been curious with, seeing how you move your own products and seeing how the creativity behind everything. What is really your hopes for Don Galère moving forward? Do you want to kind of have your own store? Do you want to be in different stores? Do you want to kind of just keep it wholesale? Like, what is that
Oh man,
looking like on the horizon for you?
of course, I want to have my own store. I want to have my own store. I want to be associated with many other stores, not like motherhood stores, I would say, but I don't know. I just want to be a chain like Don Gallier into whether it's Walmart, Roses. It's so affordable for everybody. It can be in Dollar Tree. It can be anywhere. It can be purchased. That the lifestyle can be tagged on and placed upon somebody. We're trying to bless with Don Gallier anywhere and everywhere. Even expand out the country if I can. Don Gallier is French. I would love to be in France. Love to be in Italy. I would love to be around that area and just expand and get anybody in the world a part. Like, man, the world is my globe. The world is my oyster. I can literally make anything happen. And right now, that's my biggest dream. That's my biggest goal. I have a lot in tune. It's soon to come.
For sure, it's all a process. It's all step by step, a stepping stone to the main foundation. I love that you said France, parlez-vous français. I actually need to brush up on my French, so that way we can make that move together. We could go find some interviews out there,
Yes,
go
sir.
do some shoots. I got my cameras. Yeah, the sky is really just the limit, bro. And I'm really just realizing that, like I said, it's so much just in front of me that I was overlooking. I'm trying to get big businesses, and I'm trying to just reach out to the crazy viral people with all these followers and stuff like that. The talent is so in front of it. It's
It's
just like it's
here,
crazy. The
yeah.
people that you feel me? Like it's just like people who I grew up with, people who I see on a daily basis, people who, in the same space as me, out here moving, living life, and doing the thing, bro. And you really are one of them for sure. So wishing you the best of luck with that. Obviously, always extending my hand, the resources that just from the podcast, something I'm actually interested in doing moving forward. I'll give some more details, as we get closer to that time. But I want to do a pop up shop. Not really sure as far as location and different things like that,
Man,
but
you know you are.
definitely gonna keep you in the loop with that, bro. Because of course, if I can put anybody on, I want everybody to eat, everybody to get right for sure. So you kind of gave a little sneak peek. I want to see how much you're gonna give. I don't want you to, spoil too many surprises for the people. So you said you got some stuff in tune, and I know that you always work, and I know from the colorways, I know from the merchandise and apparel what you've done so far. So is there anything that you can kind of give the people right now to look forward to? Anything that you're kind of are you branching outside of like the streetwear and stuff like that, trying to go, whether it just be like equipment, whether I know something that I started to do just because the timely thing was the mask and stuff like that. So what has Don Galère really been cooking up behind the scenes for what you could share?
What I can share is behind the scenes, we were cooking up on some fitted caps, styles of fitted caps, some two-piece sets of men's and women's. Summer coming. We got the bikinis and swim shorts coming. But honestly, my main focus is to bring some boxers, man. Some men's boxers. These boxers that's out is really not it. They're not my style. They're not my, you know what I'm saying? They're not it for me. I want to bring something nice and comfy, nice and surprising. For, like, I don't know, man. That's just on my mind heavy. Don Galère boxers, man. It's just like the move. I seen Ethica blow up. I seen a lot of companies decide that it needs to be more than women's, but also they need to attend to women in different ways. So I'm working on with a lot of females and a lot of men on this design. It's not only myself. So it's going to take plenty of time, but that's the biggest hope for Don Galère right now.
I need it. I'm kind of mad you kind of dropped that one because I need them. I don't even need the other people to know that you got those coming. But nah, I definitely need the boxes because I feel you from PSD to Ethica to those companies. It's like they trying to do it, and they all kind of almost mirror each other in a sense. Like they all kind of look like just different designs. But I think bro, like you said, you cook, you get with the outside people, you get multiple opinions and feedback and all of that. That's important, and I think that's a big message even for designers and people out there who do their clothes and everything like that. Yes, it's one thing to have your creativity and have your input and everything like that in your designs and all of that. Yes, it's very important, but you also have to recognize and have to accept feedback because you could drop some stuff on the website, and whereas you could have a base that likes it could be a base that doesn't like it,
Yeah,
and but if you could drop something now that where both bases like it or another base comes in, or you always have to just be open to that feedback. And I know sometimes it doesn't always come in the best forms, and for some people it's just hard, when you put your best foot forward on something, or when you like something, or when you really get in the lab with something or behind the scenes for it, and some people don't necessarily see that direct work, but they just say they don't kind of like it, then yeah, it can kind of hurt a little bit and everything like that. But that shouldn't be, a knock on you, a knock on your talent, a knock on what you got going on. Everybody is just not gonna like everything. Everybody doesn't like probably every episode that I produce, every graphic that I drop, or promotional tactic, or some of the clothes that I make. I mean, it is what it is. You're not gonna appeal to everybody, but the
that's
more
right.
people you can appeal to, the more feedback, the more opinions you can get. It's important, is very important. So just in speaking to the outside help, and just I know you said that you were working with a lot of men, a lot of different women on these new designs. How important, has feedback been for you with this brand, and just getting things together, whether it come from family, whether it come from your homeboys, or just different people that what has that really done for you, and how has that really shaped your mindset when approaching the brand?
Honestly, feedback built my brand. Feedback built my brand. And feedback was coming to me from customers that weren't even shopping from me yet. That makes sense. Like they couldn't wait to shop with me, if I'm saying. So voice of mouth promotion was really going crazy, and people just telling me that I was great at customer service, great with handling any issues, any orders, anything. It just like made me feel confident because I never done this before. This is stepping out of my comfort zone as is. So I don't know. Feedback, I can say, built my brand. It always gives me confidence. Anytime I hear, good feedback, even bad feedback, criticism, it is what it is. I got to learn from it. I have to hear it in order to grow. If I didn't hear it, I would think I was doing something wrong.
Big facts, and that's a mature mindset to have. Just in thinking about how I didn't always think like that, but I recognize that look, this is gonna do me more good than bad. And yes, a lot of these people who are giving this feedback, and they only want the best for you. They only want you to really see you at the top. And you got to think about something that I think about too when it comes to feedback and just hearing things that people don't like or whatever. I think about music. I think about these big brands too. Think about your favorite artists.
Yeah.
You don't like every song on their tapes, on their projects. I can say that for sure. Like I'm definitely, or you can see different clothes. A lot of this designer stuff. I'm not a big designer fan like at all. So for me, like a lot of the stuff that they drop or that I see people wearing, a lot of it looks the same to me, and it doesn't really. It kind of lacks the creativity, or they're not really doing too much with it. They kind of just slapping some things together and putting a huge price tag on it. So I think about that too. If I don't like these, these $1 million companies, these Fortune 500 companies, or these high profile artists and these artists of the decade, as Drake just won, a few nights ago. I can't be mad that people are not liking little old me, or I can't be mad that everything that I put out, people are not going to, necessarily support it. It's not a knock on me. It's just that, everybody has opinions, everybody is open to them, and everybody just has preferences. And some of the stuff, sometimes I just got to take a step outside looking in, like, which is why I try to test the quality on different things and make sure that everything is up and up just before I put that out there for the people I would want to see myself in this and make it happen. So I think that that's important, especially when it comes to, I didn't realize how much went into, the
Yes,
clothing. Like
sir.
I brought on I would say a lot of different, business owners and different things like that. But I would say the main business owner would probably be in the clothing area, or people who, just sell different products. And I didn't realize how much really, obviously I knew like it's a lot, like website, merchandise, inventory, orders, different things like that, especially depending on how you do it. If you're somebody who does it all yourself, I'm doing it now with the podcast and trying to just get different things out there. And it's a lot on top of, trying to do the episodes, trying to reach out to people, trying to make sure I'm putting the best content out there. It's really a lot that goes into clothes and orders and analytics and making sure that you're promoting right. It's crazy. So I definitely take my hat off to all of y'all. It's really just a lot that goes into it, but I also will continue to say, keep going, promote every day, be annoying, drop that content, be diversified. Sometimes I feel like, I'm really being annoying. Like I'm dropping all these polls and different things like that. But I get new followers, every week. So I'm appealing to
Yeah.
somebody. If somebody is watching, if somebody is doing something. So that really just goes back to the thing of, what are you afraid of? Don't worry about what somebody else has to say or knock or anything like that. So what would you say, kind of starting this brand, kind of Don Galère, upcoming bosses, this is what I wanted to do, the mentality that I have, the message that I have behind it. What really, I wouldn't say place an end goal on this, but 5 to 10 years from now, we looking long term. You sitting comfortably, everything is well, all of that. What is Don Gallier doing? What have you guys accomplished? Where are you? Are you in the community? Are you worldwide? Like, what is really some of the things that you're really trying to, achieve over the next like 5 to 10?
Listen, in 5 to 10 years, Don Gallier is worldwide, but we're gonna be working back in these communities in which I grew up in. Whether it's Philadelphia, which I know would be hard, but hey, that shaped me to who I am. Or whether it's Clinton, North Carolina, that also shaped me to who I am. But I know these cities are not too far gone, but they're off the grid almost. And I'm just trying to bring it back to life, bring everything back to life in the right way. So I will be in these communities when everything is set in stone and I can afford to be and put the time into it. Whether it's recreation centers, schools, tutoring programs, grocery stores. I mean, you can name anything that could benefit really. Boys and girls clubs. Man, I'm trying to do it, man. Trying to get the kids. The kids are the future. We were the future before. We really didn't have that. We had to go out on our hope and do us. So if we can get somebody what we didn't have, imagine how great that'd be.
It's just crazy, that you say that, bro, that you thinking like that you feel that way just because like dare to be different for real, for real. Like it's all very much possible. I was actually telling one of my boys, he's a chef Brenton. He had posted something on his IG story about how he just kind of wanted to pull up to, somebody's pool. Obviously they had a good population, hop on the grill and really just do what he does, really just give back to the people, show y'all, some good food, good times, good vibes, all for the free. Just slide through. And I love that. And I was replying to him. I said, bro, that's hot. Like, do what you got to do. Like, eat up, bro. And something that I said to him and something that I think I'm going to adapt moving forward is just do the unthinkable. If you can write something down, if you can think of something, if you can, talk to somebody else about something or just have an idea in your head and it just seems wild, like it just seems crazy, like it just seems not like it can be accomplished, do it because it can, or it's going to set you apart. Like who else is really doing that? Have you seen it done before? Is it possible to be, even if it's not possible to be done, everything that wasn't done at some point, somebody looked at it as, oh, well, it's impossible. It's never been done by anybody until somebody took that first step. Simone Biles just hit I can't even think of the name of it, some crazy, basically Olympic stunt that has never been done before, ever. And she just made it look like clockwork. So it's just like, yo, that do it. Like be I hear people tell me kind of all the time, like about how I'm just doing different things. They love what I'm doing, and they from the giveaways to just the content and everything. But I love to hear that, just because it's just like, look, I don't know too many people. I've come to know more people, doing podcasts and different things like that. I want to set myself apart. I want people to hear Down to Business. I want people to hear tomorrow, and they just think of something, whether it be an episode, whether it be a giveaway, a graphic, a quote, something I say. I want something to stick with you. I don't want this to just be one of them things where you think I'm just coming up here to talk to business owners. No, I want you to really take these episodes seriously. These people are really, preaching. They have different things, but that really just goes to back to my point about just do it. If it seems wild, if it seems imaginary, almost do it, because you just never know what can come from it. It can be a learning lesson. It may not be done as easily
Honestly,
as you think, but just knock it out. Just do something along the lines of, you may even get some motivation from it. So I just, man, I want everybody to really just get right. It really just, it amps me up sometimes, just knowing the potential that we all have and where we could really be if we all just hone in. So a question that I have for you, something that you talked about earlier in the interview was really just being that influential role model, for your nieces and nephews, for your younger siblings and stuff like that. So if any of your younger siblings or any of your younger family members, nieces and nephews, however you have it, if they were to just come up to you and say, yo, Kay, like, I want to start my own, I want to start my own brand, whether it be about clothes, or I want to do music, or I just want to branch off and I really want to do something. I've been noticing over the years, like what you've been getting into and how you've really been making it happen. And I love the impact, that you've been making. What is one of the first things, that you would really share with them, or that you would really say to them along their process?
I'm gonna say, you know, what do you want to do? What do you like to do? What do you think is a talent? Or if they really can't answer it and they still trying to figure out life themselves, I'm gonna take them on a joyride. We're gonna figure out what they're good in, what they excel at, and just discuss what it means to them to like what do they want to do, like and as far as meaning, not as far as a brand. Like what are they trying to push? Like what's the motive? And from there, I'm sure anything can pop out. It's like a million ideas you come up with just off of meaning, just off something you want to push to the community. That's the first thing I would tell them.
For sure. It's all about, you never really know where your interests lie, or where your hobby, or what you could really be doing. That's something that I kind of tell people, because it seems like a lot of the people who have come on here in episodes past really have all had something in common along the lines of, that they were just doing something, or they've always had a love for this, or they really never even thought that this would be their business, but they really just honed in on it, knew that they were good at it, or different things like that. So I constantly encourage people, pay attention to your hobby. Just pay attention what you find joy in. Because once you consider something to just be fun, or you love it that much, it's not a job anymore. So if you can have a business where it's not even seeming like a job to you, it's fun, you wake up every day and you really want to get after it, man, that's the
That's the
life, bro.
life.
That's the life, bro. So before we wrap things up, man, it definitely just, I'm excited, man. I'm happy that, for one, that this interview was able to come through. I'm happy that I was able to link up, with somebody who I've known for now. It's been 10 plus. And I just, it's been nothing but love. It's been nothing but success. It's been nothing but blessings along the way. So do you feel like there's anything, that we left out on this episode? Is there anything that you want the people to know about, you yourself, things that you have upcoming, Don Galère as a brand, or just anything that you want to tell the listeners out there to tap in?
Not really anything specific. It's that for the females, stay on the lookout of these different colors of the women's Dior sets. And for the men, we got some old boy streetwear sets dropping June 23rd. You should follow us at Instagram, Don underscore Gallier, Galere. Shout out to my boy Tamar and Back to Business Podcast for having me. I'm glad to finally link up with you again after so many years, bro. Whether it's just audio, it's a blessing.
You feel me? I'm actually glad you called it Back to Business too. It's down to business,
Oh
but
man,
nah, you good. It's love. For those, I had to ask you to pronounce the Gallier. I was going to say it all wrong. So we look, nobody perfect, but nah. For those of y'all who don't know, just to let y'all in on a little, unkept secret. The original name for the podcast was actually going to be Back to Business. I don't know why I changed it
yo,
at one. But it was, I was feeling Back to Business, like B2B. I was feeling it hard, and then Down to Business just came up. So we just let it rock that way. And my boy actually, he beat me to the punch, listing his social media handles and stuff like that. So I'll definitely make sure I put that in the bio when we drop this episode. But yeah, bro, nothing but love, nothing but blessings. I'm glad that this was able to, come to fruition. I'm excited for everything that you got going. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. From me to you, I love
thank
it.
you, bro.
I'm
Thank you, bro. I
watching,
appreciate you.
sharing them, anything that I can do to help you, where I'm at. I'm gonna make sure we definitely tap in. Like I said, keep you posted with all the details for everything that I'm trying to do. So for everybody out there who, continuously taps in, continuously shows love to us, we definitely appreciate it. Be sure to give us a follow on Instagram at down the number 2 and then business podcast. We currently have a giveaway going right now, so definitely check that out. Big shout out to Celeste Essentials for that. We on the road to 10K plays right now, man. So I'm really excited for just everything we got going on, everything we're doing, and I'm really excited for Don Galère. And I'm definitely gonna, we're gonna have to partner with a giveaway now.
Yes,
So
sir.
be on the lookout for that too, bro. So yeah, nah, definitely appreciate you, sharing this space, tapping in with me. And to everybody out there listening, definitely do appreciate it. I love all of y'all, man. And let's just keep going. So this has been another episode of the Down to Business podcast here with Tamar Turner.